Everyone, my name is Selena and thanks for watching. I'm doing the book newbie tag today and I'm excited to do this. While I've made videos and have been a part of BookTube in the past, I've never done the book newbie tag because when I first started doing BookTube, the book newbie tag wasn't around to do. So I figured now I'll do it since I'm going to be re-engaging in the community. So I'm going to get started, and if you see me look down, it's because I'm reading the questions and some guides for my response from my notebook. So question 1 is, why did you start this channel? I first started my channel, like I said, a while ago. I think it was around 2013, and my goal was to engage in the community to hopefully make more friends like me who like to read. And I did not have that in my life, and I wanted to hopefully meet some people who I could talk to about books. And I did. I made some awesome friends, and we did challenges, we did buddy reads, and I remember when readathons were starting to get big and those were happening, it was so much fun to engage in those things. And then my life changed and I just couldn't sustain that. But now I'm excited to hopefully do that. So why do I want to have a channel? Is for the same reasons why I did it in the past. It's just to meet and develop relationships with all of you awesome people out there. Number 2 is, what are some fun, unique things that I think I can bring to BookTube? I honestly don't think I'm that unique, nor do I think that my perspective on books that are that unique. But I have 2 things that I think are different about me. One is that I am in my mid-30s, so I bring that kind of older perspective. There tends to be, or at least from what I've seen, booktubers out there who tend to be fairly young. And so maybe that could be something new or different that I bring to the channel. Although I have been finding a lot of older booktubers, and they have reinvigorated my desire to get back into the community. So I might, if I remember, leave some of their channels down below, and so that you guys can go check them out as well if you haven't already. And the second thing that I think I can bring is the perspective of an English teacher. I teach high school English. I love it, but I think that is a different way of reading than reading for fun. Although I do read leisurely, it's just hard to turn off English teacher mode, so sometimes it just stays on. And so maybe that's a perspective I can bring that would be different or unique to BookTube. Question number 3 is, what are you most excited about for this channel? I'm most excited for creating regular content, and then again, re-engaging in the community and meeting awesome new people. I think I have a way of making this more sustainable. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is hopefully not editing. So this video is what it is, mistakes, warts and all, but it's necessary for me with the kind of life that I have and the career that I have to not waste my time doing something that I think for me is unnecessary. Other people have awesome videos and they do awesome jobs editing. I really don't have great skill in that, and it's laborious for me, so I decided to not do it, and I don't plan on. Number 4 is, what do you love to read? Or no, sorry, the question is, why do you love to read? I love to read because I think it's just great to discover new things. Most books have mystery to them, and so my mind just likes discovering new things. I also like to read because it's a form of escape, and so for me, being able to escape and retreat and be in my own headspace is great. It actually recharges me, so in a way, reading makes me a better person in the world. Yeah. Number 5, what book or book series started you with reading? I have 3. Jumanji by Chris Van Allensburg. I think I should have written it down, but I didn't, so I'm sorry. I'll leave it down in below because not editing. Number 2 would be The Chronicles of Narnia, particularly The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. And then 3rd, Pride and Prejudice. Those 3 books really got me started on my path to being an avid reader. Question number 6 is, what is one book? No, sorry. The question 6 is this. What question would you ask your favorite booktuber? So I would ask them, what is a book or books that you would recommend to your ELA teacher? If you had a high school teacher that you think could shake up his or her curriculum, what would you recommend that that teacher read and then maybe share with their students? That's it. Question number 7 is, what challenges do you think will be difficult to overcome with starting a BookTube channel? Some challenges that I think are difficult would be sustainability and creating regular content, because that's where I had failed in the past. But like I said, I hope to make it a little easier for myself by not editing. And then I also plan to use the summer vacation, which I'm on right now, to front load a lot of videos. So I plan to make like 3 videos a day, or maybe every other day or something like that, so that I can have videos that I can upload throughout the school year, because during the school year it's just really difficult to make content. So hopefully by not editing and then having a backlog of videos to put up during the school year, I can make this a little bit more sustainable for myself. Question number 8. When did I start reading? I began reading, at least I can remember reading regularly, in middle school. My family moved, my siblings and I, up from White Plains to a little further up upstate New York, and I was going into middle school at the time, and I was just not about to be that new girl trying to make friends. I just wasn't about that life. I didn't want to engage in that way at the time, and so I just started reading, and I read a lot of Dean Koontz, I read R.L. Stine, Fear Street, and Goosebumps, and a lot of Lois Lowry, and I just read a lot because I just didn't know anyone at the school. So that's when I began to read as much as I probably have ever read in my whole life. I read so many books, and I loved it, and I realized that I think it's one of my biggest skills. But being able to read like that. Number 9, where do you read? I like to read anywhere I can, but most recently it's either on my couch when I find the time, or at a cafe. There's a particular one called Our Daily Nada that I absolutely love. It's just a great place to sit and chill and be. And so I usually go there with a book and get some coffee or something and read the day away. The last question, question 10, is what kind of books do I like to read? I am going to read these in a particular order. These are the types of books that I usually read. First off, I love reading sci-fi. My favorite genre is science fiction. Then I like to read Jane Austen. I will reread her books ad nauseum, so I will talk about that a lot. Next is fantasy. I read tons of fantasy, then classics, then classic retellings, and then what I'm calling ephemera narrative. Those are texts like S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorset. You can even classify like Illuminae, I think, could be ephemera narrative. I'm not sure if there's an actual name for stories like that, but that's what I'm calling them, ephemera narrative. If you know what the actual title of those kinds of stories are, tell me down below in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to go with ephemera narrative. So this is the book newbie tag. It's done. I think I answered all the questions satisfactorily. If I didn't, you guys can ask me questions down below. But I hope to make regular content. So I'll see you for now. Bye.